Now, Fiji has had 15 long years of the Fiji First government. How do you gauge the sentiments in the country? Is there really a call for change? I mean, I've heard from people that I talk to that there is a cry out there, be it a silent cry, that there is a need for change.
I don't think there's any doubt whatsoever that there's a momentum and a groundswell of opinion for change. I mean, the problem has been up until now, who do we change to? And, until this deal has been announced, um, I suppose the intelligentsia and, elements of the Itake Indo-Fijian community and others, as they used to be called, would naturally go to the NFP. I don't think there's any doubt that Rambuka has cut the legs off SEDELPA. Yeah, I mean, I personally believe that SEDELPA will be struggling to make the 5% threshold at the next election. They're in complete disarray. And I think we can also expect further defections from SEDELPA, following Linda Tambuya into the People's Alliance. Yeah, look, it's going to be interesting whether this can work. I mean, my understanding is that there are elements of the People's Alliance who were reluctant to do this deal on the basis, really, that just that they thought that they could win on their, in their own right. But the problem with that would be that they would be burdened with this perception that it's SEDELPA light, or that Bainimarama was just using this as a vehicle to kind of become prime minister again. What Birman Prasad and the NFP have done have given a sort of sense of credibility to this thing, and in the way that I've already explained, by bringing in all this fresh blood and people who are respected in the community, but also extremely competent. Yeah. So I think that's transformed things. And I honestly think that people are just fed up with Frank, and they're fed up with Ayers. Yeah. I mean, whatever attractiveness they once had is dissipated because the prime minister has gone to another place. He's essentially lazy. He doesn't lead. He turns up expecting to be lauded, and gets handed a piece of paper with words written for him, or put onto his iPad. He delivers them and then goes. The hard yards in the government are done by the AG. But the AG isn't really cutting it any longer. Yeah, I mean, there's a sort of the element of desperation has set in here, and of course things have been going against them that over which they have no control. Nobody saw the COVID pandemic coming, and so Fiji deserves consideration for that, which of course its development partners and the banks have kind of done, and we've been given sort of billions of dollars to sort of get over this particular thing. But they're showing signs of an extremely tired government, and it's really not surprising after 15 years. I mean, I don't want to personalize this in any way, but in every democracy, you need to have a churn. You need, after a period of a government in office in which they're doing good things, after they become tired, they need to be shown the door to go onto the opposition benches and renew themselves. I mean, this is not the pattern in Fiji as it is in Australia, New Zealand, and other democracies. But it's, as I said before, it's about time that it became like that. We have to accept that there are smooth transfers of power every now and again, because it's good for the governance of Fiji. And I must say that under Fiji First, I mean, I'm pained to say this because of my own role over the years in supporting them, but the governance of Fiji under Fiji First has deteriorated. I mean, the mere fact that they can't keep the power and the water on in vast areas of the country, and particularly the capital city, just indicates to me that they've totally lost the plot. I mean, you can get on a state-of-the-art Airbus A350, which few airlines have. They're designed for massive, distances and intercontinental thing. We've got two of those leased. The fact that you can get on this kind of state-of-the-art aircraft and fly to Los Angeles or Sydney doesn't impress me one iota if they can't keep the power on or the water on. I mean, seriously, I mean, I made a little quip before about, things not being that much different to my childhood in terms of access to power. But there's no excuse for this stuff. Yeah, we haven't had cyclones all the time that they shouldn't have improved the basic infrastructure. You know, and I just think that people have had enough of this.